everyone. Welcome to our class in Advanced School Administration and Supervision. Today, we are going to talk about Instructional Supervision. Good day, Dr. Rigardo Girado. I am Miss Nelthia Gelario and
I am Denise Leisel G, and we are your reporters for today.
So today's content of our report, meaning, functions of instructional supervision, role of instructional supervision, duties and responsibilities of instructional supervisor, tools for instructional supervision, instructional supervision intervention strategies, and limitation of instructional supervision.
So, what is instructional supervision? Okay, meaning of supervision. Supervision comes from the Latin root meaning oversee or have oversight of. To supervise means to direct or manage the work of others. So far as the etymological meaning of supervision is concerned, it means supervision for one supervises, but it actually implies a forward look or a broad look for the professional growth of teachers.
So, definition of instructional supervision. All efforts of designated school officials toward providing leadership to teachers and other educational workers in the improvement of instruction involves the stimulation of professional growth and development of teachers, the selection and revision of educational objectives, material of instructions, and method of teaching, the evaluation of instruction from Dictionary of Education.
Okay, and now let's have the functions of instructional supervision. So what are the functions of instructional supervision? The improvement of teaching act, the improvement of teachers in service, the selection and organization subject matter, testing and measuring, the rating of teachers.
So this is the example of instructional supervision that supports teachers through the professional learning community.
Instructional supervision should eventually lead to the establishment of professional learning communities in every school. Such supervision shall be anchored on principles of teacher support, mutual trust, and accountability.
So the different approaches of directive, collaborative, and non-directive supervision shall provide the strong pillars to support the professional learning community where the nurturance of the teachers by themselves as self-directed and autonomous professionals shall continue.
And we have the role of the instructional supervisor. So what are the roles of instructional supervisor? So we have first, planner, second, organizer, third, leader, fourth, helper, fifth, evaluator or appraiser, sixth is motivator, seventh is communicator, and eighth is decision maker.
So first is a planner. Planning is one of the most important roles for the instructional supervisor. Planning involves the ability to determine in advance what should be done and how it could be or it could be accomplished.
And next, we have as an organizer. The ability to organize is another role that is crucial if the instructional supervisor is to be successful. Whether the duties of the supervisor involve class scheduling or obtaining the necessary curricular materials, including textbooks, the ability to organize is essential.
Next is a leader. The supervisor must be able to persuade teachers to modify their lesson plans or change their teaching behavior to accommodate individual differences in students. In addition, persuading teachers to adopt new curriculum, instructional programs, or instructional models is often a part of supervisor's role.
And we have a helper. So the supervisor is charged with the responsibility of helping others. The primary objective for the supervisor is to help teachers develop and improve their instructional skills. The role of helper ranges from providing direct assistance by listening to teachers as they pick through their instructional
The ability of the supervisor to appraise the instructional is an act of a prerequisite for improvement of teaching and learning.
And we have a motivator. So motivation is enhancing a person's desire to do something. It is the supervisor's responsibility to work with teachers to foster an intrinsic desire to improve their instructional performance. The supervisor must use appropriate strategies that will motivate teachers to improve their performance.
And a communicator. The ability to transfer information, ideas, or feelings with the school setting is an important supervisory role. Supervisors must be good communicators, and their ability to work with others effectively depends on their ability to communicate.
And we have a decision maker. They must make decisions about programs, materials, and school facilities. The supervisory process requires continuous decision making and involves working with teachers, parents, students, and other administrators to determine what is best for all involved.
So, what are the duties and responsibilities of instructional supervision or leaders? So, instructional supervisors or instructional leaders are tasked to do supervisory work, from which teachers get immediate support for their professional development. These instructional leaders may be external or internal to the school where the teacher is teaching.
And external to school, instructional leaders include the education supervisors and district supervisors, while the internal to the school include the principal, department chairs, school heads, master teachers, and the teacher leaders themselves.
Instructional supervisor or instructional leaders are tasked to do supervisory work from which teachers get intermediate support for their professional development. These instructional leaders may be external or internal to the school where the teacher is teaching.
And individually, each has specific duty as embodied in their duties and responsibilities, but they have common tasks, that of instructional supervision. They may differ in their areas of jurisdiction, but whether such responsibility is within the school, the district, division, or region, their main goal is to assist a teacher in improving teaching.
So, what are the tools used for instructional supervision?
So what are the tools used in instructional supervision? A supervisory tool or instrument accompanies a process or procedure. For the different supervisory approaches, there are common tools. However, specific tools were developed for particular purposes. The CBPAST formative appraisal tool is being utilized as instructional supervision's Form 3. This links the instructional supervision process as formative evaluation in the performance appraisal of the teachers.
So, this is an example of instructional supervision Form 1, pre-observation information.
And we have here an example of the instructional supervision Form 2, post-observation information.
Next, the Instructional Supervision Form 3A, B, C, Teacher Observation Guide. The Form 3A refers to Teacher's Observation Guide for Instructional Competence. Form B refers to Teacher's Observation Guide for Home, School, and Community Environment. Form C refers to Teacher's Observation Guide for Personal, Social Growth, and Professional Development. So this is an example.
And we also have here the example of our instructional supervision Form 4, STAR observation technique.
So let's proceed to the instructional supervision support intervention strategies.
So what are the instructional supervision support intervention strategies? It is job embedded learning, study groups, action research, peer teaching, mentoring, case study, conferencing, and walkthrough.
Job embedded learning. Job-embedded learning refers to professional development that occurs during the course of one's work, where daily access to necessary materials, knowledge, and assistance are readily available.
And we have study groups, a subgroup of teachers interested in collegial study and action. In school, study groups can meet to study and support one another as they design curriculum and instruction innovation. It engages teachers in dialogue, helping them to make meaning of information and develop a shared understanding about the topics such as values, pedagogy, and learning. It shall be conducted in the school at least twice a month.
Next, in action research. Action research is a process of asking important questions and looking for answers from data in a methodical way. The questions are meaningful, that is, the educator, researcher want or need to know the answer to the questions, and questions are closely connected to real work.
And we have peer teaching. It is a professional development strategy that enables teachers to consult with one another, discuss and share teaching practices that increase student learning, observe one another classrooms, promote collegiality, and support and help ensure quality teaching for all students.
Next is mentoring. It is a supervisory procedure where the instructional supervisor, school head, master teacher, or a teacher who is more skilled help or guide another teacher for professional growth.
And we have conferencing. It is follow conference between a school head and a teacher. It is an important supervisory technique in the specific improvement of instruction. If correctly employed, it gives each teacher the special help needed to become proficient in self analysis, self appraisal, and self improvement.
Next is a walkthrough. The classroom walkthrough is a process of visiting classroom for a short period of time of 5 to 15 minutes where the instructional program is observed, feedback is provided to teachers, students talk about what they are doing, and data is gathered to inform curricular decisions.
And we have here the limitations of instructional supervision. Okay, so people who aspire to supervisory positions must be prepared to deal with a mismatch they may experience between their expectations and the reality of the performance on the job.
Supervisors must confront are the number of hours and long days they will have when there are projects to complete or deadliness to meet. Supervisors can be further limited if they believe that they lack the necessary authority to implement change, enforce policies, or adopt new programs.
And we have now here our references for this report. Please take a look at it. And
Before we end, let us leave, or we would like to leave this saying: leadership is not a position or a title, it is an act and example.
once again, thanks so much for listening.
God bless us all.